Hi guys, Andy here again from Mad Lad Designs with another tabletop playthrough, and we are going to be tackling The Hobbit. This is quite an old game by Ryan Knizia. And I'm going to remove the box and then you can see the game. So I'll put that over there. So here we have the game, that is the board. We are going to be accompanying Frodo through his journey through the board. We're going to have an adventure, then another journey, and then another adventure, another journey, adventure, journey, adventure, and we are trying to get to here. Once we get to here, we have won the game, and the person with the most gems is the winner. And there's the gems. Look at those lovely gems. But of course, we have Smaug. And there are going to be instances where Smaug is going to start moving himself. If he ever reaches Lake Town before Frodo reaches here and kills him, then it is game over. So that is what we need to do. We will be playing indiscriminate dwarves. You're not a player character as such. You're just a player accompanying Frodo. And each player is going to have a board like this. I'm going to be playing 3 players. And each player starts with a board with these cubes. This track, I'll briefly describe this track. Whoever has the highest on this track, because there's player 1, player 2 and player 3, whoever has the highest on this track can attempt the adventures, which is here. When we get to here, is the first to attempt the adventures. If you complete the adventure, you will get gems, or you may get other prizes, and this is initiative, so the higher this is, the better chance you have got of going first to get the adventures. This also, you'll notice, these tracks have little icons. When you are tackling these adventures, you need to roll certain things. For example, the adventure might say you need to roll 3 shields on the dice, which are here. If this token is here, like this, then you already start with 1 shield. So instead of rolling 3 shields, you only have to roll 2. It's the same with this one. This is cunning. Notice how there's dice icons. This means after you've rolled your dice, you can re-roll wherever you're up to. So in this case, I could re-roll 1 die. If I was here, I could re-roll 2 die, and so on and so on. And then we have strength. Again, some adventures will say you need 4 axes in order to pass, and of course the higher up you get, the more axes you start with. So there I would only have to roll 2 axes on those dice. This track I have not used, so I'm not 100% sure. I think it's something to do with keeping hold of the gems, but I've never used it, so I'd have to read up in the instructions what it is. Rations. You all start with rations. Everybody starts with 3 rations. Rations you need, if you look on the adventure, it says in order to attempt an adventure you need 2 rations. You don't get rid of them, you don't use them, but you must have 2 rations in order to attempt an adventure. If you don't have rations, then you pass. If everyone passes an adventure, so nobody can do an adventure and pass, Smaug will move 1 towards Lake Town. So that's what rations are for, as well as when you do an adventure it says you must have 4 rations, and then in the adventure itself then you have to discard your rations. Then we all start with these 5 cards. These are dwarf cards. Let me show you, and they all have numbers. Like so. What you are doing, it's a sort of bidding game. So Frodo is going to move how many players there are. So there's 3 players, 1, 2, 3. So each turn Frodo is going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. What you are doing is you are bidding on what particular resource that you would like. So for example, I might say for player 1 might say I'd like 2 more rations just to help me out. So when Frodo moves, so he'd move 1, the player who plays the lowest card will get that ration. So for example, say I wanted that ration. Player 1 wants that ration. So I'm going to look. I know who this, when Frodo moves here, the lowest card gets that one. The second lowest gets that one. The third lowest gets that one, and so on. So I might play. Well, I've got a 26 there. I'm going to play that. You play it face down. You don't show other players. So then another player might decide to play theirs face down, and then the third player will choose theirs and play it face down, like so. Let's move all these up here so we can see. So then Frodo starts his journey. He'll move here. We all turn our cards over. He says, so 26, 42, 29. Ooh, that was close. So the lowest person will get that. So I would get, or well, I say I will get, but player 1, because it is 2 rations, will get 2 rations from the ration bin, like so. Then that's gone. Frodo will move again. The second lowest will get this. So they will get, player 2 will get 2, as you can see, two fists. So they will move up 2 on the fist track. So 1, 2. Oh, my mistake, my mistake. Player 3 will get it because they're 29. It's not player 2, player 2 is cheating. Player 3. 1, 2. That's player 3, and then player 4, when Frodo moves, will get 2 on the cunning. 1, 2. Allows them to re-roll 2 extra die in the adventure. And that's how you play it. You are bidding on what resources you might like. You hopefully play the right card at the right time. And that is a turn. And you do that each turn until you get to the adventure. Now you don't automatically move. It's not just a move, get resource, move, get resource. No. It has to do with these cards. You are going to be drawing, as you can see, Adventure 1. This is Event 1, and then Adventure 1, which is all these cards. And then the second journey is Event 2, and Adventure 2, and then Event 3, Adventure 3, and then finally Event 4 and Adventure 4, which is here. So let's jump straight in with the first turn so you can see how it is played. Let's shuffle all these. Now this, you cannot play this solo, I have found, really, because you are bidding and you need to look at the cards to see what you are putting down. But I'm going to attempt it. So I'm going to be player 1 so we can see our cards. However, I'm just going to randomly pick for player 2 and randomly pick for player 3. So let us start. And what you do at the start of the turn, we're going to draw an event card. This will tell us, are we going to move? Do we gain resources? Do we lose resources? Or some other thing that will happen. So let's see what's going to happen. And it says, in a 2 to 4 player game, the party advances. In a 5 player game, each player receives 1 cunning. Well, we're 3 players, so that's going to be this one. So Frodo is going to move. Let's have a look. Do I want resources? Do I want the fists, or do I want the cunning? Let's go with, I'm going to try and get the fists. So I need some sort of middle number. Let's have a look. I will try with 44. Let's try with 44. That's me, 44. So player 2, I'm going to shuffle these about a bit. Pick one face down. And then player 3, give them a shuffle. Pick one face down. Right, so let's see who's got what. Okay, so Frodo is going to move, and the lowest will get that. I think I'm the lowest. I'm on 44. So I am going to get 2, which I should have put back for the example, but 2 more rations. Player 3, when Frodo moves, is going to get the 2 fists, which goes here. And again, I should have put everything back from the example, but there you go. 1, 2. I will put that back. And then player 2 is going to get the... Oh, I shouldn't have put that back. It's going to get the 2 cunning. Okay, so then these cards are discarded over here. I put them there. And then each player then gets another card. Let's play 3s, play 2s, and mine. This is what I have. And then we journey on again. I'm going to put that in there to say it's been done. So our next event says the Troll's Cache. Out of the dark mass of the trees they could now see a light shining, a reddish comfortable looking light, as it might be a fire or torches twinkling. Each player may give 2 rations to gain 1 cunning. Well, I think I'm going to do that because I got myself 2 rations, didn't I? I'm going to pay 2 rations. Put them back over there. I'm going to get myself one of these. What's player 2 going to do? To get... You can already re-roll 2 die. Is it worth getting rid of rations? Because you need rations when you're tackling adventures. I don't think they are. They're going to stop. I'm not going to get rid of the rations. They're going to keep as they are. But I think player 3 is going to get rid of 2 rations. He's going to go to the bin to gain another cunning, because it's always worth re-rolling die. Yeah, and I think there we go. So that event has been done. Next event, we move on. Let's see what we have. What did it say? The 2 to 4 player game, the party advances. That's us. They came on unexpected valleys, narrow with steep sides that opened suddenly at their feet. So we are going to be moving. Let's have a look. What can I have? I can always do with more. So 1, 2, 3. I can always do with more axes. So I'm going to try and tackle for axes. So that means I need the highest number. I think that's going to be this one. So again, we just do random things, for that player, and then random things for that player. Just going to have that one. So let us see. So Frodo is going to move 1, and the lowest player is going to get an initiative, which is player 3. So player 3 is going to get 1 on the initiative. Frodo's going to move again, and then the second player, which is this one, is going to get a cunning, and then the third one, the highest, which is me, is going to get 2 fists. 1, 2. So now I've got 1 axe, already when I'm rolling my die for the adventure. So these then go. We all get another card each. 1, 2 and 3. And then we carry on. Good morning. Accept Gandalf's invitation. Player of the lowest dwarf card receives this ability card. Okay, ability cards you can keep until you use and then you get rid of. So the player with the lowest dwarf card. Okay, so I am going to play my lowest dwarf card, which is this one. Then player 2 is going to attempt to play their lowest, whichever one it is. That one there and that one there. So let's see. Ooh. Ooh. We were all close, but I have won. I am the lowest. I'm looking for someone to share an adventure that I am arranging. And I have got this. So when I'm rolling on the die, I can play this, and any shields, it says trying to pick up the card, any shields are rolled, I can count it as 2. Awesome. So that is going to come with me there. So then again, we gather up all the cards into the discard pile. So, and then everybody gets another card, one for you, and one for me. Okay. So again, we carry on with the event. So, just the party advances. They came to lands where people spoke strangely and sang songs Bilbo had never heard before. Okay, so we are moving on. Put that there. What do I want? I wouldn't mind some. Oops. I wouldn't mind some resources. It doesn't matter really. Or initiative. I don't have much initiative or extra shields. Yeah, we'll go with the shields, the initiative, which means that the lowest dwarf will get that. And I am going to go with, well, the only lowest card I've got is that one. Let's try that. Of course, player 2 is going to do one of them, and player 3 is going to do one of them. So let's see. Yes, of course. So, player 3, because they are the lowest, is going to get 2 of these. 1, 2. Then player 2, and Frodo moves, is going to get 3 resources. 2, 3. You're going to have to bear with me because there is my phone. Sorry about that, guys. It's not good to keep Bilbo waiting. So we did the first 2. Lowest, second lowest, and now it's me. So Bilbo is going to move 1, and I am going to get an extra strength. So then these are discarded, and we all get another dwarf card. And I got the 27, and let's carry on with the event. Let's see what we get. Elrond's Council. Enjoy Elven Hospitality. Player with the highest dwarf receives this ability card, and all rations on the dice count as double. Again, it's one of those that you can keep and then play at any time, and it is discarded. So it is the player with the highest dwarf. Okay, let's see. I think this is our highest. Let's hope that's the best So again, player 2 is going to go with that one. Player 3, let's go with that one. So here we go, we're looking for the dwarf, the highest dwarf. Yes, I'm winning so far. Yes. 48, highest dwarf. So I am going to get this ability. There's no, as far as I know, there's no limit to how many abilities you can have. These can get discarded. There's no movement. If the card does not say advance, then we do not advance. And we got a 1. Wow. Okay. So let's go with the event. And we've got the party advances. Yeah. The party went along very merrily, and they told stories and sang songs as they rode forward all day. Right, so we are moving. Now you'll notice that this has got a big X through it, and I'm sure you can guess what it means. It means whoever gets that one is going to lose that particular resource. So whoever lands there is going to lose 1 on the initiative. So I don't want to be on there. This I don't mind, and this I don't mind, but not this. So I am going to make sure I play my highest. I hope it's my highest. I hope it wins. And then of course player 2 is going to do this one, and then player 3 will do this one. So let's have a look. So, oh poor player 3. So Frodo is going to move the 1. The dwarf with the lowest gets the thing. That's player 3. He is going to lose one of these. Then player 2, when Frodo moves up, is going to get, let's move these up here a bit. So player 2 is going to get 2 of the cunning. It's going up there quite a bit. And then Frodo is going to move again, and then I am going to get another move up the strength. So then we get rid of these. We get rid of this, and then we carry on with the next event. The party advances again. He splashed along behind the others in a very muddy track. So we do not want to get that and lose one of our strength. So let's go with this. I'm going to try and get this. I'm sure with a 1 I've got a very good chance. And then of course, oh, did we get our other cards? No, I forgot to get our other cards. So 1 for you, 1 for you, and then 1 for me. Yeah, I'm still going to play the 1. They're going to play, they're going to play this one, and then they're going to play this one. So let's see. So the lowest, which is me, when Frodo moves the 1, I am going to get 1 on this track. The second lowest, which is player 2, oh dear, is going to lose 1 of their strength. Sorry, that was player 3, not player 2. Player 3 is going to lose 1 of their strength. And then player 2 is going to get rations. Player 2 will get rations. Stocking up on the rations. So then these are then discarded. Over here, everybody gets another card. This is then placed here. Now, because you're right next to here, there's another event card. You don't draw that event card. If you look, if I move that event card out the way, it says adventure. This is only for less players, like 2 players. You might get to draw an extra event card. So we do not use this event card. Oh. Typical. Could have got one of those each. Okay, but we are going to draw the adventure cards. So we move on to the adventure. Now, in order to tackle the adventures, you need to have at least 2 of these rations. Well, I've got 3, so I'm okay. Player 2's got about 200, so they're okay. Oh dear. Oh dearie dearie me. Player 3 cannot attempt an adventure because they do not have the 2 rations that are needed. So I'm going to stop it there, guys, and next video you will see how the adventures work. So once we've tackled all the adventures, we're going to be moving on again, and so on and so on. It's a nice little game. You'll see we have a pile of tokens here which I've not talked about. You will see those come into effect shortly. But and also the ring, which I've not talked about, and you'll see that come into effect. But rations, gems, the cards, the dice, and my dice tower ready to roll it all. I have these 2 abilities. These are my resources. Player 2. So they can re-roll up to 3 dice to see if they can get anything better. And then player 3. So join me in the next video, guys, when I will be tackling the adventures of Frodo and battling the goblins. But until then, I will catch you guys later.